And we're back. Welcome to another Coffee with Laura. I am Laura, obviously. And I am so happy that you have joined me. And we have Baxter here. Thank you. He says hi. He might say probably not as soon as I start talking. He tends to jump off my lap. But fingers crossed, because he's nice and warm and I'm a little cold. But it's not why you're here. Today, we are going to talk about the importance of mindset when it comes to getting healthy. And this is the main reason why I became a health and a life coach, transitioning from a trainer. Because as a personal trainer, most people are aware, and I know, you're dealing with a lot of nutrition and fitness. And those are pretty much the two components that people talk about. No one ever really talks about mindset. And I think that's part of the reason why it's such a struggle for so many people. And I was actually listening to this interview on the impact theory. Oh, and there goes Baxter, like I said. And it was from a trainer who gained 75 pounds and then lost it just to understand the experience of what it was like for his clients now. Unfortunately and fortunately for myself, I was already overweight, so I know what the journey was to lose weight. But understanding that type of mindset makes you better able to help people because you understand how challenging it is and the lack of inertia and the effort it takes just to become healthy. And it was a very interesting interview. I would suggest you guys listen to it. But what he said, you normally hear the ratio is 80% nutrition, 20% fitness for weight loss. And he said it's 80% mindset, 10% nutrition, 10% fitness. And I agree, but let me explain why. Because your mindset is what gets you to the nutrition. Your mindset is what gets you to the fitness. When your mindset is weak when it comes to being healthy, then it's hard to actually do the necessary actions to become healthy. So a common thing that a lot of people do is when they talk to themselves about becoming healthy, they set unrealistic expectations and almost create rules for themselves. Okay, I have to work out 5 days a week for 30 minutes to an hour at 80% intensity or whatever their rule is. And then they don't reach it because this is a new habit and your brain's like, whoa, stop that. And then in our conscious mind, we're like, why can't we do what we want? We must have bad willpower. We're not disciplined enough. We're not good enough. And then we attack ourselves, judge, and bully ourselves, which only reinforces the weaker mindset, making you not want to work for yourself. So it's really this circular conundrum that people get caught in. And how you think about your healthy habits is going to influence your success of said healthy habits. So if you're thinking in a chore mindset, you're probably not going to be super successful. This is a rhetorical question, but who here likes doing chores? I'm the only person here, and I'm not raising my hand. But that is because we don't necessarily like being told what to do. So even from ourselves, telling ourselves what we have to do, we don't like that. There's a different energy when you are demanding something, having to, should, need to. That doesn't feel empowering. That feels discouraging, disempowering. But if you choose to and you want to, which is ultimately really what it is. If you're saying I'm going to get healthy and you actually want to get healthy, you don't have to go to the gym. It's not that you should or you need to. You want to every single time. Whether you're wanting in that moment or not, it's part of your bigger picture. The problem is we get so stuck in what we want in the exact moment that we let our weaker mindset justify and negotiate us not doing the things that we want to do. And this is where things get really challenging. So if you're wanting to get healthy, you need to first look in to understand your mindset and hear the thoughts that you're having. If you're having thoughts like, I can't have this, or I should do this, or I need to do that, it's not going to be super successful. It'll be willpower, which will eventually crap out like any muscle. And then you'll fall off the wagon and then you'll beat yourself up. And if you don't know that cycle, it's quite repetitive. But if you choose to work with your mindset and focus on building your health, then you're building on such a strong, stable foundation. And I don't know about you, but that's the type of house I would want to buy. And that's the type of strength I would want to build. One with a strong foundation, not one that is really pretty on the outside, but could break at any moment and then all the prettiness goes away, because that's really what it is. If you don't build a strong foundation in your nutritional habits, in your fitness habits, then one wrong thing could send you off the deep end and then you're back on the willpower train again. So the thing about being healthy, as in the state of being, it's not going anywhere. There's never been a time where people are like, newsflash, being healthy is bad for you. Like, that's never been a thing. So why are we rushing? And if I'm going to answer my own question, it's most likely because we want to look a certain way, because we attach meaning to how our exterior looks. Now, for some of us who just want to feel good, why are you in a rush? Can't you gradually feel good? No, we want it now. We need everything right now. We're stuck in this instant gratification culture that keeps us in this weak mindset loop of discouragement and bullying. Instead, focus on 1 to 2 habits, simple, small habits. I want to move my body 3 times a week. Okay, start there. Once you realize you're doing that and that starts to feel like, okay, like I'm doing this, this is kind of natural, your brain will actually let that be automatic, where it's not something you even have to think about. And then it'll be easier for you to build. Maybe you get to 45 minutes, or maybe you add a 4th day of 30 minutes. But once your body starts to become healthy, it likes it, and it makes it easier to become healthy. So to give you an idea, I'm going to share a little insight of my own experience. When I was in college, I pretty much lived on chips and queso, pizza, and cheesy bread. Not necessarily the healthiest diet, to say the least. And beer, of course. And I remember when I would eat a salad, how much it would hurt my stomach. And the story I told myself is that eating healthy doesn't settle well with my stomach. Now, I still love chips and queso, so love pizza. All that stuff is delicious. I'm not a crazy person. But it's opposite. When I eat that now, it doesn't settle as well. It makes me feel bloated. It makes me feel nauseous sometimes, depending on the time of day that I eat it. And now I actually like salads and crave healthier foods. And there are healthy foods that I didn't used to like that I now actually really love, all because I worked with myself and I allowed the healthy elements within my body to build on top of themselves. So your mindset and how you think about becoming healthy is going to be what creates your success. If you rush, if you set rules that are impossible to meet, I don't even have the words. You're going to get back on the roller coaster. You're just going to go up and down. It's just going to feel like crap. But if you can get out of your own way and work with yourself where you're at and start building and molding these habits into your life, you'll just one day wake up and live in a space of being healthy, where it's just how you think. And this is coming from a girl who loved pizza, chips and queso, and cheesy bread. And when I say loved, that's current tense as well. So if you are on a health mission, or if you are trying to become healthy, please understand it is fitness, nutrition, and mindset. How our mind puts us into emotional cyclones, deals with stress, how we feel about boredom, all this stuff that happens on a subconscious level is going to influence your healthy habits. When you're thinking about your healthy habits and you're thinking about them like a chore, you're going to make it a chore. And our brain doesn't like chores. Our brain likes to feel good. If you focus on the pleasure, you focus on what felt good about doing that. You don't focus on the current moment, but what could I do an hour from now that would make me feel energized and empowered, and let that guide your choices. You will slowly, brick by brick, build the healthy lifestyle that you desire. But you have to include mindset. So I hope this was helpful. I hope some of you will pump the brakes and just allow yourself to build from where you're at. I know I want what I want too, but Would you rather get it eventually or go back and forth never actually getting it? I did that for like 10 years. It sucked. Last 3 years of not doing it, way better, let me tell you. So hopefully you learned something today. If not, send me a DM and tell me what you want to learn. I'm always willing to educate on the space of health. And if you haven't already, please sign up for the 5-day free self-care challenge. Why not? It's free. It's 5 days and it can just have the extra accountability to get you off on the right step. And I have a very, very, very special webinar coming up next Thursday. So in a week at 7 p.m. called Redefine Your Relationship with Food. So if you are really ready to look at your mindset, I encourage you to join. Click the link in my bio. It is right under there under Redefine Your Relationship with Food. And I will see you all next week. Thank you as always for joining.